All right, good morning, everyone.
We do have another one.
How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good. Thank you, Jasmine. But we are thrilled to have everybody here today for our first of our three SSS fall orientations. So you came to the right one though, because this is where we're actually feed you at. So we got some pizzas in there. You might be smelling them already. So, but it will trickle on in. But that will be towards the end after we do a few things today. But we got a good program I think in store for you today. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Brian Jones. I'm the director of our Trio Student Support Services program. Looking across the room here, we got a mixture of veteran students, and we got quite a few new students that are in the program. And we try to do an orientation in the fall, and we also last year started doing it in spring as well. And it's a great opportunity just to kind of give you an overview of what the program is all about, what kind of upcoming activities that we have, as well as having campus visitors to come from four-year university. So we're very thrilled today to have three from local colleges and universities, and I will introduce them here in just a few minutes. But I do thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and be here today. First, I want to introduce our staff that we have. Most of you probably have already had contact with them, but this is a good opportunity to kind of at least meet them a little bit. Not all of them are in here right this moment, but I will go through the list. Our first one, she's not able to be here today. She is sick. She tried calling this morning. Her husband called in for her because she couldn't actually talk. But that was Miss Pamela Morgan. She is our academic skills advisor. And another word, she's our tutor person. And I think many of you already know her through tutoring. And she does an outstanding, incredible job making sure that a tutor is available for whatever class that you might need it in. And she works tirelessly for that. And she works tirelessly for the students. So she cares a whole lot about you. So that's Ms. Pamela Morgan. We also, over here in the greens, we have Ms. Devoria Hill. She is our program counselor. And her, she's a counselor that's on our staff. And so if you have anything you want to talk to her about, she's a great person to go to. But she also really specializes in the transfer aspect of our program. And she's the one that made the arrangements for each of these three individuals here to be with us today. And she has representatives coming throughout the semester to come talk. So there's no excuse if you want to transfer to four-year college not to have, not to say you didn't have the opportunity to get there. We have our representatives, and they are here to tell you about the program. Ms. Hill is outstanding as far as making sure you're taking what you need to take to get there, and make sure you go through the college application process and everything that goes involved with that. We also have Mr. Melvin Felton, who just stepped in, and he is our special needs advisor. So if you have any type of documented disability that you want to, you feel like you need accommodations for in your classes, he is the person to see. And he's also one that's kind of heading up our mentoring program that we have out here with our Trio Student Support Services program. And he is pivotal about getting outside speakers to come in and speak to us on different types of careers, just different connections within the community, which we find are very valuable. And we've had individuals that have had job opportunities as a result of those. So his office is over next to Ms. Hill in our area. And let's see, we also have back in the back Ms. Lydia Woodard. We'll wave to her. Everybody knows Ms. Lydia. She is there at the front desk. And she's our administrative assistant and does a wonderful job of helping you in any way possible. So be sure to see Ms. Lydia. And also we have Mr. Foster Cocky. He stepped out just a minute. But everybody knows Mr. Cocky, I think. He is our math skills advisor. And so if you ever have any help with math, the great thing about Mr. Cocky is that he's available. Whenever he's here, he's always available. So you can just go into his office. If you don't feel like you need to have a semester's worth of tutoring, but maybe you have a homework assignment that you're kind of struggling with a little bit, you're welcome to go into his office, and he'll be glad to help you with that. Okay, so That's his key focus area. Mr. Cockey, Mr. Felton, Ms. Hill, and Mr. Morgan are also all set up to be advisors for you. So we have something at the middle of the semester called mid-semester appointments. And that's an opportunity for you to come out and meet with one of those, depending on where your name, your alphabet falls at, and the alphabet falls. And that's a good opportunity for you to meet with them and to see how you're doing each of the classes. And we encourage you to come by for that. And also at the time that we help you plan out your next semester schedule. So in the fall, we can help you plan out your spring semester schedule. Okay, choose the right for pre-registration. Okay? So those are our staff members. Just to tell you a little bit about Trio Student Support Services Program. SSS, as we like to refer to it as, we are one of 7 Trio programs across the country. We're funded by the U.S. Department of Education, and we're a grant program. We're currently in the 5th year of a 5-year grant cycle. That means that we are in the process of writing for a new grant. Hopefully we will be funded. We've been funded out here since 1990, and we're certainly counting on continuing to be funded. But it depends on your participation as well. Okay, we have to report it here to the Department of Education, and a lot of this comes down to your participation in the program. So that's why you'll get emails from us saying all the different things that we ask that you do, and we're a program that's designed to equip you with the skills that you need to not only graduate from J Sprung, but hopefully continue on at 4-year college if that is your plan or your desire. And we certainly encourage you to be able to do that if it is possible. There are 5 required services that the U.S. Department of Education requires us to offer to our students. One of them is academic advising. And that's where what I was telling you about a minute ago about the mid-semester conference. We encourage every one of you to come by and see us each semester so that we can go through your program evaluation and help you plan your course schedule throughout your time at James Sprung. Okay? You will take that course schedule, and after you meet with us, you can take it to your classroom advisor and pre-register for your classes. We encourage everybody to do that. That way you're not waiting in line like registration day. Okay? Nobody likes to wait those long lines at registration day. You can pre-register and not have to worry about that. So we encourage everybody to come by and see us, and we'll help you plan out your schedules and make sure you're taking classes that you need to take. We also provide tutoring. Now tutoring is one of those things that if you don't need it, then obviously you don't have to have it. But there's very few times that students will go all the way through college and not have at least one class that they have challenges in, a little bit of difficulties in. I know I did going through college. And so tutoring is available. It's available free of charge. And so it's just a matter of seeing Ms. Morgan and setting that up. So we really encourage you to do that. And that's one of our required services. We also have something called financial literacy. The last time the Higher Education Act was reauthorized was in 2008. Anybody know what was happening in 2008? That's when what? The market crashed. The stock market crashed. That's with the height of the Great Recession, as they call it. And so Congress put a rule in that they want to encourage all college students to have financial literacy. And you think, well, what does that mean? That means you need to know how to use your money that you have wisely. You need to know how to take what money you have and invest it wisely. That kind of thing. And that's extremely important because the fact that the recession was largely caused because people took out mortgages that they couldn't afford to pay back. And so it's very important that you know how to use your money wisely. So financial literacy is one of those requirements, and we'll actually work on that some today that we have to offer. We also provide assistance with your FAFSA. Okay, so come to I guess January, February time frame. After you've done your taxes for this past year, at that particular point in time, you'll need to do your FAFSA. How many people in here knew that you have to do your FAFSA every single year? Okay, anybody not know that you have to do it every single year? Okay, you do. You have to do it every single year. Once you do it that first time, a lot of students don't realize that. And they get through their freshman year and they go to sophomore year and whoa, they haven't done their FAFSA. So therefore they don't qualify for financial aid. It's a year-by-year basis, and it changes year-by-year based upon however much money you made it the previous year. So that's very important as well. So make sure you allow us to help you with that. And finally is the final required service that we have to offer is transfer advising. And we have to make sure we're encouraged as a 2-year institution for our students to go on and get their associate's degree and continue to get their bachelor's degree. Now I know not everybody has that in their plans, but a lot of people, we want you at least to consider. And that's where we have different representatives come out here, and we'll also meet with you and work with you to make sure you're taking the right classes, especially with that comprehensive articulation agreement that was recently agreed to. Make sure you're taking the classes that will transfer from here onto the four-year university and help you with the application process, the financial aid process, all that stuff. Okay? One final thing I want to mention before we get into the college the reps. Is we have a YouTube channel. So everybody turn around and wave at Miss Lydia back there. She's got a camera going right now, and so you can see yourself on YouTube. If you go to, and we'll let you do this later on if you want to, you go to the James Sprunk, to our Student Support Services website. Go to quick link at the top of the James Sprunk website, go down to Student Support Services, click on it. At the bottom of the page is a link to our YouTube channel. The reason we have that is because we know everybody cannot attend all of our workshops. That's just how it is. But we're trying to make it as available as possible for you, as convenient as possible for you to go there and to look at it. So so we're going to try to record that on every time we have a major event going on in one of our workshops or whatever. And that way you can go back and look at it at the YouTube channel. And then you can email us just to let us know that you did it. Okay? So that's kind of a quick overview of what the program's all about. I'll go into a little bit more details as far as upcoming events in a few minutes. But I wanted to give some time for each of our college representatives to come up and just to tell a little bit about them and about their universities and what they have to offer. We are very fortunate to have Mr. Corey Coley from North Carolina Wesleyan, Mr. Ryan Bradshaw, from Mount Olive, University of Mount Olive now, and also Mr. Clay Smith from East Carolina. So very fortunate to have each of them here. And these are 3 institutions that are local, and they are, a lot of James Sprunk students are transferring to these institutions. Tomorrow we'll also have someone from a representative from UNCW also be here. I'm not going to be here today. So these are local universities. There's a mixture of public and private, and they can all tell what they have to offer because each individual has, everybody here may have a different need. And one college might fit a need for one of you, and another college might fit a need for someone else. So that gives you the opportunity to see what's available and to help you to build a ticket path. So without further ado, I'm going to first I'll call up Mr. Corey Coley, and then we'll just go in order there and let them tell what they have to say about their college. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, let's try this again, but with enthusiasm. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Another one of my jobs, I'm a youth advisor with my local church, so I'm used to bringing a lot of enthusiasm with the youth. But we certainly should show enthusiasm because we're in the right place at the right time. I commend each and every one of you for being here at this orientation, and not just at this orientation, but enrolling and being a student at James Sprunk. You really take ownership of your future, you really take ownership of your goals, and also take ownership of your life by furthering your education. Thank you to the James staff, the James Sprunk trio staff for inviting me to come out and speak with you guys, because I know you're rather be taking exams, right? Yeah, I figured I'd get that answer. Well, I can talk to you all day long about the Aspire program. I'm a son of the Aspire program. I went through the program. A lot of different advantages with the program, not just advantages, but even the convenience of the program as far as what we have to offer. We also have 2 great institutions, East Carolina University and Mount Olive, and their representatives are here today as well to talk to you about their program. So very well represented here today, and you're going to get a plethora of information. But one thing that I wanted to speak with you about this morning was just encouraging, just taking a moment just to encourage you. Because we can give you all the information about our school, but if you're not encouraged to go forth and obtain that bachelor's degree, then it's all in vain, correct? So, knowing what that bachelor's degree can do for you, not just do for you, but just your goals, your life, and just the opportunities that will be opened up by attaining your 4-year degree and transferring in your credits from James Front. Now, I'll give you my situation, for example. I went the traditional route as far as coming to school. Are you familiar with the traditional route? Usually coming right out of high school, going right to college. Didn't work out that well for me going that route. Financial needs could not get met. Just didn't have the time at that time. Well, of course, stayed out and life got ahead of me. So enrolling in the Aspire program, I went back as an adult student. So several different ways as far as how we can receive our education. It's never too late. So whether you're the 18-year-old coming fresh out of high school, eager, ready to go the traditional route, or whether you're the adult who's worked first, who's had children, who's had life, ahead of you. Several different options as far as receiving a 4-year degree. And myself, as far as my program and the other gentlemen, I'm pretty sure that they're going to go over their different options as well too. Each one of you, your motivations may be different. Some of you are motivated financially. Who's motivated financially? All right, I see those hands on that. I'm motivated financially. I know with a 4-year degree, the opportunities that await me as far as financially having that 4-year degree. Most of you know and understand right now, most organizations require what? A 4-year degree, just to even get that look, to get your foot in the door with those organizations. So that's another way that bachelor's degree is going to help you out. As far as ultimate opening doors financially, different job opportunities, different career opportunities. Another advantage, how many here are first-generation students? First-generation students. Now, first-generation students typically, you're the very first out of your immediate family to attend college and to get your degree. So your motivations may be different. It may be personal motivations as far as finishing that associate's, going back and getting that bachelor's degree, showing others in your family that it can be accomplished. So no matter what, your trials, or no matter what your circumstances, or what you've gone through, the fact that you continue to press on in obtaining that 4-year degree. So it could be to you, you could just be that living example for someone else that's coming along. So keep all of those motivations in mind as you talk to myself and my other institutions that are here, as far as those reasons that you want to come back and get your 4-year degree, and just like I said again, take ownership of your life and your future and just those opportunities that are going to open up for you. We have several different options as far as Wesley, just getting into a little bit of as far as the degrees that we offer in our program. We have 1 2-night-a-week options, as well as 5-week options and 8-week options. So for a lot of you folks that are here, if you prefer to come to the evening school, you can only commit to a day or 2 days outside of your busy schedule, we can accommodate you. You have flexibility in scheduling. So, for instance, if you prefer not to take statistics right now and you want to take marketing 205, we have those options available for you where we can kind of accommodate you as far as flexible scheduling options, as well as 0 application fee. So you can complete an application with me today. I can process your application. There's no fee to get that started. So our admissions process is very simple, very easy. We want to make the transition from James Front to North Carolina Wesleyan College as smooth as possible. Starting in the spring, we're going to have a few more options where you'll have options here in Kingsville, James Front. Now the details are still being worked out with that, but as we continue to get that information, we'll provide it to your advisors here at James Front, and as well, I'll be coming and doing advising right here on site to help some of the students that may not be able to leave Kingsville right now, but we can help you with that transition by offering classes here at this campus. Now, who's excited about that? But those, all of those options, as long as we're our online options, again, are just ways that we want to show you that what we have to offer, that we value you as a student, we welcome you as a student, we look forward to having you as a student, but first and foremost, we just again, just want to encourage you to just go as far as you can go. And if we have the vehicle and we have the means and the sources to get you there, by all means, I look forward to providing you guys with that. So thank you, and get back to your exams, and I'll be sticking around and speaking with you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
You gotta do better for me. Come on. You do better for me. Good morning. Yeah, Corey is a tough act to follow. We've been working together for 3 years off and on, I think. How long have you been doing this? About 3 years. 3 years, yeah, okay. Well, we show up at a lot of these same events, and we get to talk to each other and exchange pleasantries about our different offerings. And it's good that you have such a good opportunity to meet with folks like us, because we are the next step in your educational journey if you decide that a bachelor's degree is a good fit for you. It's really interesting for me to be here today because a lot of my story, and I've known Corey for 3 years, parallels with his. I dropped out of college too. I tell my students I'm a recovering college dropout, like I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous. And interestingly, we had ECU today, and I actually dropped out of East Carolina University. So that's interesting. Not that it's not a good institution, it just wasn't a good fit for me at the time I was there. I was 18 years old, and there's a lot of pressure on a young person when you're 18 to make those life decisions. What are you going to do with the rest of your life? You need to make a decision. You need to pick a major. You need to finish and graduate, go get a job, then find out and get married and have kids. So there's all these different things that happens to us in life. But we have to have it all figured out right now, right? Does anybody feel that pressure? Nobody? Am I the only one? Wow, okay. Well, we go through these life experiences, and we look at ourselves and try to figure out who are we, what are we doing, where are we going. And I spent about 3 years outside of college, and I recognized, number one, what I'm doing in life is not making me happy. I was a carpenter at the time. I was installing hardwood floors, and it's really hot in houses in the middle of the summer when you're having to install these hardwood floors. So I did that for about a year, and I recognized, I'm not doing what my God-given talent allows me, what I should be doing. So I decided to come back to school, and I heard about Mount Olive, through the billboards and the radio, and I said, let me just ride up here. And I went without calling ahead, and I just showed up on their doorstep, talked to a guy named Matt Green, walked in his office, said, Matt, I need to be back in school, and we made it happen that day. So I spent about 3 years there. I started out at community college in Sampson, spent about 3 years at Mount Olive, graduated with a double major, and then I said, well, what's next? So then I started falling back in line with that normal thing of going to get a job and trying to figure out what my life, what I'm going to do in my life. So I got a job, and I worked at Walmart as a manager for 5 years, and then along that path I said, what am I supposed to be doing? I still don't feel like I'm where I belong. So along that way, I finished a master's degree, and I was looking to find my place in the world. And then I said, well, let me go back and see what Mount Olive has, that they can help me with as far as finding a job. So I went back to Mount Olive, and I talked to them, and they said, well, we've got a job right here that we think you'll be a good fit for. And I ended up working with those guys for the past 5 years in admissions, and it's been a blessing, one of the best jobs I've ever had. Love what I do. It's a great thing when you wake up in the morning, you go to work, and you actually like what you do. Now, I don't like getting up in the morning. Let me make sure you understand that. I don't like getting up, but I like going to work, and I like the people I work with. So if I could leave you with one thought today, is to find what you like doing, because it's not about the money. I know Corey talked about motivation, and I mentioned I got a master's degree. Well, I went on and completed a doctorate, except for the dissertation. I'm still in that process, but I completed all the coursework for my doctorate, and my dissertation is on student motivation. So I'm looking at you guys and what motivates you guys, and there's a lot of internal and external things that drive us in life. Money's one of them, but it won't make you happy. If you chase the dollar in life, and I did for a while, I thought, I'm going to go work as a store manager at Walmart, and I'll end up making $100,000 a year, and I'll be rich, and yada, yada, yada. But that wasn't what's going to make me happy. So chase what makes you happy in life. Regardless of the money. The money always works itself out. You always figure out a way to make your month. I know everybody's probably paycheck to paycheck. I am too. But you always find a way to make that happen. And no matter what else comes up in your life expense-wise, you still find a way to make that work. And that's a mantra, by the way, for my students. I teach a class every semester. And one of the mantras I leave my students with is the 3 words, make it work. No matter what you're faced with in life. I know Corey talked about taking classes you may not be comfortable with. I'm sorry, you spoke about that. Taking classes you may not be comfortable with. And I took statistics in my doctoral program 3 times, 3 different statistics classes. Each one of them I go in thinking, oh my goodness, I can't make this work. But I did make it work. And I know each one of you will have challenges in your life that you can overcome, and you can make it work. And the reason I talk about all this, what does this have to do with the University of Mount Olive? It has a lot to do with it because they believed in me. They advised me, they got me on a path to get to graduation, and they supported me even after I graduated until I started working with them, and now they support me every day. I can come to them with ideas, and they're very nurturing and supportive of that. It's just a great thing to be involved with an institution that thrives in that, thrives with those things that I value. To tell you a little bit more about the institution, just to go over our programs, we did have a big year this year. We changed our name from Mount Olive College to University of Mount Olive. How many of you heard about that? A lot of people. Okay, I've got some memorabilia with the new logo and stuff. If you want to see that, you can stop by afterwards. Our programs, we do offer 8 different programs at night, 1 night a week and online. Human resource management, business management, information systems, healthcare management, accounting, criminal justice, religion, and early childhood education. Now, those are our bachelor level programs that you can do 1 night a week or online or a combination of both. Most of our programs are online also. We are in the process of having all our programs online. So I don't know if you've all taken online class or not, but that is helpful, you know, if you have accommodations with time. We also have started a Master's in Business Administration, MBA program, and we've added 2 other undergraduate programs. One's in leadership, and one is in liberal arts that allows you to kind of tailor your educational interests into your major. And we also do have an RN to DSM program that we've just recently started. So a lot of different opportunities at the university. And you've all heard we're all 1 night a week, correct? 1 class at a time, 5-week classes. That it doesn't matter if you're online or in the classroom, just 5 weeks. And we do have a vibrant traditional campus. Some of you may be interested in that, where you could come and actually stay on campus or commute. It's only 22 miles from here. I clocked it on the way up. So 22 miles down the road, University of Mount Olive. We have over 40 majors available during the day, biology and things like that, forensics, psychology. So you can check out that kind of stuff. Anybody have any questions about anything I've gone over so far? I thought you had something to fake me out. Yes, ma'am.
Can you talk a little bit about the agreement with James Brooks,
Sure.
radio program?
Yes, ma'am. Thanks, Ras. She's talking about the 3rd-year agreement, and we do have an agreement with James Sprunk where you can transfer up to an additional year of credit. And that really comes down to the major you select, because different degree sheets allow for more transfer than others. So if you're interested in one of the majors I spoke about, I deal with the non-traditional adult program. If one of those majors interests you and you would like to see how you could transfer your credit onto that degree sheet, just stop by and speak to me afterwards. I'm happy to talk to you. And I'll actually do a evaluation for you. I don't have the materials to do it today, but I will email you those materials and show you what kind of review we can do for you on that. Good question. Any other questions? All right, well, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for having me out today, folks. And just continue to make it work, guys. I'm proud of you for being here, okay? Thank you so much.
I'll just speak from here and use my teacher voice, if you don't mind. I appreciate your time. My name is Clay Smith. I hope you guys are doing well. I won't have quite as much to say. I am specifically with the College of Education at East Carolina University, but I would absolutely love to echo exactly what my colleague said about finding your pathway and just getting started on chasing that dream through that path. Regardless of if you change your mind a week or a month or a year from now, if you change your mind at all, it's important to go ahead and get started and start trying to reach that. Like you said, it might be that 4-year goal or that 6-year goal if you're thinking about graduate school. So again, like I said, I'm specifically with the College of Education, but we have these transfer guidelines from our admissions office that show all the different degrees that we offer, bachelor's degrees, which you guys might be interested in transferring into, and then also master's and doctoral degrees. We have several options on campus as well, online. My program is specifically online, so plug for my program. If you're interested in becoming a teacher, we have elementary education and special education offered online. Initial licensure, we can do that totally online with coursework that we use here. So again, that's my primary reason for being here is recruiting teachers. But seriously, though, find what you're interested in, be it engineering, business, all the different things, and come to ECU and look at these things, or go to the University of Mount Olive and look what they're offered at Mount Olive, at Wesleyan, or North Carolina State, or USC, anywhere in the nation. Just find what you need and pursue that goal, because there's no better time than now to do those things. As I said, I can certainly hook you up with the right person to talk to about these programs. These are the most helpful things that I can give you today if you're not interested in a degree in education. However, like I said, I am more than happy to get in touch with the right folks who can help you along the way. We try to reflect a lot of helpfulness in our admissions process and our transfer process, and we too will try to pair you with someone along the way that can help you out. So, any questions about that? If you have specific questions again about the transfer process or the College of Education or different programs, please stop by. If you're not interested anyway in education, and I see that a lot, that's fine. Stop by anyways and grab one of these, again, just to see if there's a program that might reflect what you might be interested in. But like I said, if I could echo anything that we've said, be it here, at these other two fantastic institutions, or anywhere, just find something that you're interested in and start that path and try to follow. Thank you.
Let's give each one of them a big round of applause. We really do thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come out here today. We greatly appreciate that. At the end, we have the computers have been set up, and there's also printers. So if you want to go to your web advisor and print out a program evaluation, everybody knows how to do that, right? Basically, if you've been in school for a little while, you should be able to print out your program evaluation. It'll tell what classes you've already taken, and tells you what classes you still need. It tells you what grades you made in those classes. And you can print that out, share that with one of the representatives up here, and they can go through and tell you, what you still need to take from here on out, or maybe what you might want to retake, or just something along those lines. So that's a good opportunity. So if you want to do that, you're welcome to do that here later on. Okay? And we'll have an opportunity to meet individually with each one of them at the end. Okay? Thank you very much. Now I want to kind of go over some of our upcoming events. Those of you who are already on the computer back there, you can actually pull up your James Front email. Everybody knows how to do that, right? Okay. This is something that some of you may be doing already, but I think it's important, and it might be a good way to, if you weren't aware of it, to go ahead and start doing it. If you do it through your James Front email, you go through, it's done through Google, as everybody knows. There's, at the top right-hand corner, there's like 8 boxes. They're like right there together in a square. And you click on that, and then your calendar will pop up, okay? And if you key in information onto your calendar there, it will send you email reminders about it. And also, it's a great way to stay organized. It's what we do in our office. So we use our Google Calendar, and that's the way we keep up with what's going on and everything like that. So I encourage you to maybe take advantage of that in your email. I'm going to tell you some of the upcoming activities. Everybody should have gotten a yellow sheet. Mine's red, so everybody should have gotten a yellow sheet with the activities you got on there. This is just kind of scratching the surface. We're going to do a whole lot more coming up, but this is kind of starting it out with. As you see, we had our orientation today and tomorrow, and you're not required to come back tomorrow, but if you want to, you're certainly welcome to. We try to do it 3 different times to give as many students an opportunity to attend as possible. Each one of these workshops, I know some students earlier were asking them, saying that they couldn't stay for the entire time, or they might come late, that kind of thing. The way our workshops are designed, we know we're never going to find a time that fits everybody's schedule. It's just not going to happen. That's one of the reasons we have the YouTube channel set up. But another thing is, we certainly understand that from your standpoint. We're very flexible with that. So if there's a workshop that starts at 2 o'clock and your class doesn't get over until 2:30, come on. Okay? If there's a class that doesn't start till 2:30, but you're free from 2 o'clock to 2:30, come on then, and then we understand you can leave early. Okay? So we certainly will work with you with that. Our goal is to get you as much exposure as possible. Okay? So you see the orientation. Next Tuesday, the 23rd, we have a college survival workshop. That's going to be in the Boyette building inside the library. It's a classroom. As soon as you walk in the library, take a right, I think, and that's where that will be at. And so I encourage you to come to that college survival. We all could use some tips on how to get by, but we know it's challenging. We've all been there before, and we certainly understand it. So that's going on then. We also, the very next day, in the Career Center. Everybody know where the Career Center is at? there in the student services area, actually right there where the bookstore and financial aid office is at, right down from there is the career center. As you're walking out the side door, like going towards the gallery building, there's a room to the left, and that is the career center. So that's where we'll be meeting at for the learning styles workshop. Then we got several representatives that will be here throughout the rest of the semester, and you see them, and that is constantly being added. We also will have our mentoring workshops. Mr. Phelps has been working on that, and those dates will be announced here very soon. We send out a lot of emails, in case you haven't figured that out already, but Ms. Lydia, that's the way we can communicate with you. So make sure you check your emails, and we'll constantly send out new workshops. And they're very valuable information. When you can't come, check me on the YouTube channel. Okay? So I encourage you to put those in your Google Calendar if you can, or if you haven't already, do that. Any questions about our upcoming events? Yes, sir, Mr. Cox.
I just want to add, some of you that are taking the DMA classes, we have a lab at the Williams building, this building, right across there. If you have problems with your maths, please come there on Mondays and Wednesdays from 2:30 to 5 o'clock. It's open door at your own convenience. You just come in, walk in, someone will be there to help you. And also my office is also open at any time. So feel free, please, to take advantage. And it doesn't cost you nothing. Just want to show.
Thank you, Mr. Cocky. I meant to mention that. There is, the DMA labs are going on, and Mr. Cocky helps with that. So we encourage you as students, if you need any help, just kind of put it in your calendar on Mondays and Wednesdays, and try to come by there. You don't have to stay the whole 2.5 hours, but come in and get a little bit of help with this. My math lab, I think is what it's called, that we work with. See some faces kind of grinning there, but yeah, that's going on. So take advantage of those services. But that's what we're here for, just to provide a variety of services to try to make life here as accessible and as easy as possible for you. Okay. At this time, everybody, I know we don't have enough computers in here to get everybody at a computer, but those who, if everybody will go ahead and try to get a computer so we fill up, we've got some back there in the back. And those who don't have a computer at that time, we will take you over to the counselor computer lab. We're going to do the task force program. I know some of you have already done it, but I encourage everybody to go ahead and work on that for a minute. That's part of our financial literacy. We will probably have a workshop later on in the semester or early next spring. We usually have somebody from CFNC come to talk, but we also have teamed up with a partner with the National Endowment for Financial Literacy, I think it's called, and they actually allow us to get on the cash flow program. And it's a very good program, a good website. You can share it with your family and friends and do a lot of things with. So we're going to work on that for the next little bit. It won't take too long to do that, but if everybody would get at a computer, and those of you who don't have a computer, we'll go across the hall, and after that, I'll let you eat. How's that for you? All right. If you don't mind, even if you've already done it, go ahead and we'll work on it during this time.